So, hello all. This is a very hold on, camera over there. It's on the other side. Ah, I should have known it's my phone. So, hello all. Been a while since an update. Apologies for that. It hasn't been for lack of progress. I have been working like crazy to try to get Blamcon finalized along with the rest of the team. So, I really thought I'd have time to make a video this weekend. Got some new lights, fixed up the studio a bit, like I'll show you. But here we are, 7 o'clock on a Sunday. It's just a lot to do with a project this size. So I am on my phone. I'm giving you an off-the-cuff update on Blamcon, what's going on, where things are, and how close we are to actually having a release for you. Let's get going. So first up, models. This is the completed version of the Phazer. I've added a lens adapter, a few more screws to make it a little more robust. And it's sitting here in its cradle. I've added brass inserts to all of them that come out of this shop. And as such, I needed a press and I needed something to have some resistance and keep it flat. So Phazer is done and going, and I have some finals in production. Oops, that's a different one. Shunk. The Vyper, by far the most requested one, and I put it way up front. This is the final of the Vyper. I will show you the release candidate in a bit, and there is another final that is over with Mike. Also, it looks a little different. A gentleman from Riot Games approached me about doing a Valorant gun. This was actually based off of an MP5, and then my daughters are massive Valorant fans, so there was a bit of an inspiration there. And after talking to this gent, there was, let's just say, a little more Valorant inspiration in some of the designs. I have also added a Valorant mod kit to it, so you can switch it out with the Go sights, or the models are overlaid, but you get the point. And you can add the Valorant suppressor. It is also, a light gun mounting in there as well. I have, that gets very dark. Anyway, suffice to say, it all works. It's all with Mike. I think that's all finalized now. So let's head over to the light guns and take a look. Lots of changes over here. Oh, first off, this is my new fancy dancy camera rig. I want to really crank out the videos. I was using tripods and other such mounts before, but my wife has volunteered as camera woman. I've actually made a lot of improvements to the sets here. I have some very bright lights. Actually, I might want to turn that on now. There, whoa! There we go. There, that made it all better. See this? Lights basically all over the place. I've taken the flagging down off there, but I want to get this set to the point where I can sort of drop and go. Oh yeah, big difference there. That is a Blamcon game. I made that in Unity. It is on Steam right now. I think I mentioned before that the gun configuration is all in gun. That's something Craig's done, which is amazing, so you don't need any software. But this will be the front end for configuring the gun. And right now it is just a fun target practice game. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, this is the Robocop gun. I think I've shown pictures of this, but never actually shown it in action. Let's try to play around here. I'm going to leave the crosshairs on. They actually toggle the crosshairs on and off, but I'm holding the camera. You can see the recoil action. Sounds off. It's fine. Oh, point down. Off-screen reload. Make a video on this later. Really hard to do this and hold a camera. Maybe get the point here. Check out the action on that. So as to light guns themselves, a lot of new upcoming ones here. See, there is the Thompson submachine gun done up as a light gun. This one's sort of a proxy now. You can see it has most of the light gun components. Still working on it. Alien's pulse rifle. This one is a proxy. It's halfway done as a light gun. Obviously, there's a shotgun I've shown lots of times. This is another one of Mike's awesome paint jobs, so it's a different one than you've seen before. That one's all done. There's the SMG. This is the Blamcon border. Actually, I'm showing you not the coolest one. The coolest one's on the table here. Coolest one's on the table here. We're actually working with Dark Tonic Studios, who's creating a game called Blunderbuss. It's also done in Unity, and it will have two-way communication with Blamcon Light Guns. They've given me an early release version of that. I will be showing you that hopefully in the next couple of days. I've been really meaning to get around to that video, but life has been crazy. This has been one of the biggest things I've done. This is a user guide for Blamcons. Every Blamcon will come with one of these. There is a digital copy on the website if you want to read it, but it has the in-gun menu all mapped out here. I really felt passionately about this one. I miss the days when you used to get really cool manuals when you bought a game or some kind of cool peripheral. So I wanted to channel my youth and put that together. So every Blamcon will come with one of those. There is the final of the Blamcon Phazer. You'll see very nice trigger pull on that. Mike's paint job again. What else we got in light guns? Yeah, Mike did some more pistol paint jobs as well. There's the one you've seen 100 times before, but if you're new to this, this is a reciprocating hammer. The SMG has a reciprocating bolt when you fire as well. So like all of these have realistic action to them. Oh yeah, I did a really silly one too. This actually works as a light gun right now. The Rick and Morty portal gun. So that's your trigger button. It's an A and B button underneath, and you can actually aim through the middle there. It's not the most accurate, but I was in a mood. Come on, give me a break. New light gun. The Mando Blaster isn't a light gun yet, but will be soon. E11 already did it as a light gun. Props 3D as Blamcon is coming to Fan Expo Vancouver again. This time we are actually going to be in the Toy Traders booth demoing Blamcon, which is awesome, but we'll also be with the 501st. So, I mean, come on. E11 light gun, 501st, it's got to happen. Going to happen, is happening. Actually, how many light guns is that so far? I've done 10. So this, where's it? Yeah, this is a functional light gun. If you haven't seen the video before, it's got the lens on it. So we got 1 working light gun, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I know I have more here. This is the thing. This is kind of crazy amount of light guns on here. Oh yeah. Where's the Buzz Lightyear? Where the heck is the Buzz Lightyear? Oh, it's over there. There you go. Don't even know where my own light guns are. So this is the Blamcon Retro Ray. This is one of my favorites because I really like kid-friendly and accessible-friendly light guns. And this one not only looks a lot friendlier, it is ambidextrous with the AB button on both sides. It has a swappable rail as well, so you can put it on different sight rails. And, you know, it looks fun. I like it. Oh, yeah. Before I leave this room, let me actually exit the game and show you the speed of tracking here. Oh, yeah. Free on Steam, so get it now. It will have more Blamcon gun-specific functions later. Oh, yeah, you can use this as a mouse pointer, obviously. Hopefully you can see the pointer in the top corner, how fast that tracks. Craig has done an incredible job with the smoothing and also actually implemented more LED configurations. So we were doing the 2 up, 2 down before exclusively, but we see a lot of light guns coming out with other configurations, and people have pointed out over and over that they have other setups already done. So we are going to be releasing with multiple IR setups, and you'll just be able to select the one you want. I do like the 2 up, 2 down the best. It's super easy to set up. Here, let me show you over here on my side monitor. This thing doesn't pan very quickly. Hey, it's me. So, yeah, you can see here on this monitor that I just attached 2 Wii bars. really focusing on supporting the DIY crowd and just being able to grab some off-the-shelf components and use that for your Blamcon just will save you lots of time. I mean, we have our own custom light bars. Here's some shells for them down here, and with this one I'm building. Whoa, gotta center that up. Yeah, these are printed out of carbon fiber reinforced PETG, using that for all structural things. It is absurdly strong, and this is using high power LEDs. These are sort of our proprietary bars, but one of the things really wanted to make sure is you can just swap these with a couple of Wii bars and be pretty happy about it. On that note too, there is this is the release candidate of the Vyper that's over with Mike. This is one version back, but this one's great. This is the first inventory we've actually built. These are completed, ready to go Blamcon cores. Hopefully this thing will focus. There you go. This isn't, oh, that's the old one. So grab a new one. There's a lot of differences between the new and the old one. There you go, that's the new one. Freeze frame the two if you want to see the difference, but this isn't just a PCB, this is a light gun on a chip. This has everything. Let me flip it around so you can read the pins. Why does that look backwards? Oh, it's not backwards. I'm just holding it upside down. There we go. So there's your RGB, ERMs, your vibration motor, your rumble. There's a joystick. Right now we support digital, but we'll be adding analog. There's all your buttons, foot pedal, A, B, and trigger, your camera, your 12 volt in. You can actually run more than 12 volts if you have a heavier solenoid. We're using 55 volt MOSFETs on here, so they can handle quite a bit. And there's your solenoid hookup itself. So this is a whole light gun on a chip. Even has the firmware preloaded. So you get this, you solder on your components, and I don't mean like through hole components, like literally just solder 2 wires to your A button and your A button will work. Like this is really just light gun on a stick, pretty much ready to go. I am working here on the, there you go, there's one done up. This is for the first lot of Vypers. This is for the 8-pin connector that goes into the bottom. So I'm making a whole lot of those in advanced. We'll also building with Paul as well some testing rigs. So we'll actually be testing. We'll have like a clamp rig that'll be hooked up to components. So every single one of these that leaves here will be thoroughly tested and ready to go. So you don't have to worry about any problems. You can see here I've got stacks of them. Actually, you want to see lots? There you go. That's, you know, too deep on all of these. These are a whole bunch of Pi Picos. So I am well underway in production here. Here's a bunch of tinned pre-done connectors. I'm soldering all these. Like literally everything right now is just soldered in-house by me. I'm building processes is what I'm doing the most. I want to be able to provide these on an ongoing basis, and I want to make sure the quality is there. And the only way to make sure the quality is there is to do it yourself, man. So I've been documenting every step of the process. That's what'll become the video. How long the wires are, you know, how to solder everything on, yada, yada, yada. So when I'm done and I have a process down, that goes out to the team so we can bring these in more scale. And then as it's done too, these are actual inventory, actually for sale. So as soon as I've done a decent number of these, I will open up the shop. A lot of people ask me, well, can't you just buy one? Well, I'm sorry, but like I have been burned lots of times. Actually, let me flip the camera around. There we go. So here's our heart to heart, man. Like I have been burned lots of times, even by big companies. I don't know if you know Vector, who makes those really cool robots. I prepaid for the Rick and Morty Butterbot. I thought that thing was amazing. I think we're 2, maybe 3 years in, and I still haven't seen the thing, man. Even big companies have burned me on pre-orders. And I was like, you know, I have the ability to bring these done directly to you, done, tested, ready to go, no problems. And if I do that, I mean, there's a stress on our end too if we do pre-orders. What if we can't deliver? How many gotchas are in a project like this? Like, what are we supposed to do if we take pre-orders and there's like hundreds of them, and we get it done and found that the firmware doesn't work or has some critical bug or something like that, and we've already spent the money. So all the expenses right now are basically, we're covering them. Really, we're covering them to build enough inventory that we can just offer this for sale. We'll know it works. You'll be able to see videos that it works. You'll be able to build one yourself, because that's the Props 3D promise, right? Build your own. So, it'll be there. It'll be ready to go. You pay your money. You get your thing. I don't want to do anything else. It's a lot of stress for me. Like, somebody pointed out the very first video, I said, hey, this is going to be ready in August. What are we, like, December 2nd, December 3rd? I'm doing this 7 days a week. Like, this is crazy. There's my lathe. I had to convert it to do metric. It's an Imperial lathe. I live in Canada. We still work in wacky units. And I had to convert it to cut these 0.75 threads. I had to get custom kits, custom gears. There's so many little gotchas to a project like this. And so it's impossible to keep the timelines. I do my best. I'm estimating as best as I can. But like, the Robocop gun, that was done a few months ago, actually. And my buddy G came over. He is a competitive shooter. He's actually got some Blamcons. He's giving me a lot of advice, because the guy's one of those guys who can, put 10 rounds into the center of a dime. He's crazy. So, he came over and he gave it a shot, and it worked kind of crappy. And I was like, it's been up on the wall for a month. It has the old firmware before Craig implemented the new smoothing algorithm. Put that on, boom, it's exactly what you saw. If we had released it, a month and a half, 2 months ago, it would have been a very substandard experience. And you only get one chance to make a first impression, right? So I think holding it off that time, not only have I been adding a light gun a month, really, we have 10 light guns ready to go. Dozens more on the way. Props 3D website, by the way, has a list of all of them, and you can see completed 3D models. I'm not talking out my posterior here. I literally have 20 something in the printable condition, 10 working as a light gun. I think we've seen 9 of them. I feel I'm missing one. They're all over the place. But anyway, they are coming. And I think that's a pretty good inventory out of the gate. So apologies for the lack of updates. Hopefully you can hear from my voice that I'm run ragged. All this stuff is new. I haven't seen the concept of a Blamcon Core around. There's a lot of new concepts in the light guns. Craig has written incredible software for the ground up that he is bringing for free. Like, again, the firmware, software, whatever you want to call it, the operating system, I guess at this point, is completely free, no DRM, brought to you by Craig. It's absolutely incredible. All light guns will have DIY options, so you don't have to give us a dime to get it going. But it also means that we can't use a lot of traditional manufacturing, a lot of methods that other people would use when they bring a single product to market. This has to be scalable. So there's a ton of documentation. There's a ton of infrastructure. The website, it's nuts. I feel we're just near the end. I mean, right now I have working light guns. All right, I'm going to cut. I found myself rambling a bit far. But suffice to say, Blamcon cores, which all of them use, we've got a process. They work. I am now making enough that I can offer a decent amount for sale without any lead time, be able to throw it in the mail. Oh, I even have fun stuff like here's the case, protective case. It just goes, sorry, you're going to see off screen because I only have one hand free. Whoop, in there, a little tape over the edge. There's also, I don't see it on here, but there's a 2-pack one as well. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a 2-pack one as well. So these little kind of infrastructure things are a bit time consuming as well. But we need to be able to pack these. We need to be able to ship them. We need to be able to do this at scale. And this has gotten way out of hand in size. But fortunately, we've all been involved. All, by the way, means Paul Beaks off of Beaks Build, who was integral to our Dread Lawgiver run, which over there, absolutely incredible build. Check the channel for details on that. Of course, Mike from Toy Traders, an absolutely incredible world-class maker who's been really helping me an incredible amount getting these done, and also providing these stellar paint jobs. Like, check that out. Oh, well, I don't want to drop the solenoid. That's a chunky solenoid, by the way. That's an incredible hand-done paint job. All the ones you see on the wall that are painted, that's not me. That's Mike. And then, of course, Craig, my partner in crime in Props 3D, who has written this absolutely phenomenal operating system. Really, I just give him the specs and he's like, comes back with it done. He's right now working on two-way communication for not only things like MAME Hooker, but also with games, starting, of course, with the aforementioned Blunderbuss and working into other games. So actions that take place in the screen will be synced with the guns. We're bringing a whole new level of interactivity in this. So I actually going to finish off with an apology. First off to my Patreons, because I didn't mean to do this, so I don't have the list handy. Thank you all for your support. I will make sure I credit you in every other video. I just need to get this out today. And of course, thank you to everybody who's hung in with us. I apologize for the extra time. I hope it's worth it. I am, of course, being a little cagey on a date because I don't want to say a date. But I mean, the models are done. I've got the inventory. The cores are being made as we speak. It's not going to be long. Join the Discord if you want to know more. I'm trying to post now 3-4 times a day just to keep everybody in the loop. But hopefully this has gotten you caught up with Blamcon. And I will have a video in a few days, probably of Blunderbuss, actually, but that's so cool. I'm really excited for that game. So talk to you soon. Thanks all. Thanks for staying with my rambling. Till next time.